Hi everybody, welcome to Motivation Monday. What's this hair doing? Okay. I am here with a really special guest, Matt. Hi.
Hello.
So I made a post about him on my Instagram a few weeks ago because Matt and I were brought together by a mutual friend who asked if I could give him some support, or I don't know, just reach out and talk to him because of bodybuilding.com, and he's very into fitness as well, and he is currently suffering from a very specific type of leukemia, and so he's been going through that, and we reconnected because of this friend, and I've had the chance to get to know him and a little bit about his story, and we both agreed that it was a really great opportunity to let you all know, how valuable your lives really are, and we're just here today to kind of help you appreciate what you have and give you some perspective on how short life really is and how to make the most of it while you can. So I will let him introduce himself and your story to get things started.
Oh, thanks for the introduction, Christy. Yeah, so my name is Matt. I met Christy, actually, funny story, in the gym. Didn't know her. She was next to me working out doing glute kickbacks, and it's on a little cable machine that goes up and down, and she had her hair in a ponytail. It fell over the front of her shoulder and got caught in the cable machine.
My hair literally stopped the weight midway down the rod, and so the line went slack, and I was like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? But it didn't pull my hair because it just completely, my hair is so intensely strong that it just jammed the whole weight, the whole 23 pounds. And Matt rushed over, and I was like, get my hair out!
Yeah, so a great way to meet somebody if you ever see someone with their hair stuck.
Yeah, that's how we met. So, yeah, we started talking, and I got to know a little bit about his story, and so I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, so, I mean, first I just want to say life is pretty crazy sometimes, and everything is kind of unexpected. So right now I'm an accountant. I work at a CPA firm here in Fairfax, Virginia. It's just going along with my life. Things were going well. Was finishing up my CPA. I had done a bodybuilding show not too long before that. I felt like everything was going great in life. I started getting a little bit of acne. Haven't had it as a teen, so I guess it's maybe my time. And I went to the dermatologist, was going to start acne medication. You need to get your blood checked before it. So they just ran a normal blood test, and my dermatologist comes back and is like, hey, like, your white blood count is kind of high. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? And she's like, well, I don't really know, but you should maybe see an oncologist. And me not knowing, I was like, what's an oncologist? So fast forward a little bit. My oncologist comes back and tells me, like, hey, like, I need, like, you to come in and sit down and we'll talk. And my white blood cell count was around 60,000 at the time, and your regular white blood cell count is between 8 to 12. So I sit down with him, and he's like, like, you have leukemia. And I was like, I don't believe you. It didn't resonate with me. It didn't make sense. Like, I felt amazing. I had nothing wrong with me. I wasn't sick. I didn't feel tired. I literally had no possible indication that I could have had leukemia. And it was something that was really hard to take. And he wanted me to do more tests, so they did a bone marrow biopsy, and found out later that a really rare form of leukemia. It's the 17p deletion mutation, which went to go up to Johns Hopkins to talk with the doctor up there, and they told me that the likelihood of getting through it is not really the greatest. And it kind of changed a lot for me really quickly.
What was your reaction when you first found out?
When my doctor first told me I had leukemia, I was like, okay, I have leukemia, like, that's cool, like, I'll get rid of this. And then like it didn't really hit me until I went into work, and I was thinking, like, I guess I have to tell, like, the upper management of my firm. And as soon as I said the words, I have leukemia, I just bursted out crying. and it really hit me that like I have like a serious condition, and it really ate at me. I mean, when I first found out, luckily it was tax season, so I had a lot to do, but I stayed at work probably every night to about 2 o'clock in the morning or until I fell asleep, and it was just a way of me dealing with my own emotions and not having to kind of face it at home by myself alone. I would lay in bed every day, and if I was by myself, I'd almost be like paralyzed with fear. I mean, I couldn't get out of bed. I would lay there until something would click in my head and say, Matt, you need to get up. But it was really tough at first, and one of the best days I ever had was the day that I decided to make a GoFundMe page to cover the finances and share my story with people. And I've never been so emotionally touched and so grateful or loved. And it's weird to say that I feel more loved and more grateful and appreciated, like, with my situation, like, to have cancer. But
what really everyone says about you, like, you're the kind of person that people are drawn to, that even before this you were such a giving and caring person, and I think that's why, like, you've gotten so much love and support is from those people that felt that from you. And like you were saying, this is your way to give back to other people, and even though he's reached his funding goal for his treatment, you want to take that money and help other people get the same support.
Yeah, I mean,
so cool.
It's been really cool. Like, a lot of people reached out and they told me all kinds of great things. Like, everybody seems to remember like all like the little things I've ever helped them with, or
like getting your hair stuck out of the cable machine. I remembered that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things like that, and a lot of things that you know, it's kind of weird. Like, I thought I was just being a normal person. Like, I'd have conversations with people, and sometimes a little conversation or just being polite or kind to somebody means a whole lot to them, and you don't even know it. Like, a lot of people came up and were like, hey, like, I was like going through this, and I know you didn't know it at the time, but you just talking to me like really meant a lot, and like kind of helped me to get out of this funk or depression or whatever they were going through at the time. And it was just like, whoa, like, yeah, I would have had no idea. I just thought I was being a nice, normal person.
And I think we lose track a lot of the time about how much effect kindness and just taking a few minutes out of your day to have a conversation with someone, what an impact that can have, especially when we live in this world that's so on the go. Everyone's busy, everyone's got something important to do, and you get angry at traffic or whatever it is. But, you know, like, life literally is so short that you're wasting your precious moments and time, you know, on things that have no significance, when you really could be spreading that positivity in the world that is remembered by other people. That really does matter at the end of the day. And yeah, I mean, Matt and I were also talking about my experience, which is not nearly at all as intense as his, but
it's still intense.
It's still intense. But last year I started feeling some tingling in my feet that was spreading up to my legs, and I was feeling kind of numb in my legs, and I was like, I should probably go get this checked out. So I'll go to the ER, and they're like, we want to take a spinal tap. Fuck, spinal tap. Like, that sounds awful. Most awful experience of my life. Results from that basically showed that I had an infection, like a virus, in my brain, but it was on the lining of my brain. And the doctors told me that if this infection had gone into my brain, that I would have had a That's my dog. Wow, way to ruin a moment! Shit. That I would have had a 70% chance of dying. I say that and I'm laughing, that sounds really bad. But anyway, all that to say that I had a moment as well where I was like, okay, if I wake up tomorrow and I died, would I be okay with the things that I'm currently doing in life, the relationships I have, the goals and dreams I'm pursuing or not pursuing? And at that point, when I was sick, the answer was no. And so I really took a few months to reflect and try to figure out how to make the most of what I had, which is my time and my life and my health, and how to try to build that back up again. And that honestly was one of the reasons why I quit my job and why I decided to pursue things I really cared about, is because I had an experience that taught me how brief life is, how short it can be. And when you're young and you're 24, you don't think that that's gonna happen to you. You think your health is forever, and it's not. It could literally happen when you're going in to check for acne. Like you don't know when your time to go will be. So my rule of thumb ever since that day has always been to analyze my life in terms of, if I die tomorrow, would I be content with how I lived my life? And so when I was talking to Matt, I really felt like this is something that everybody needs to hear, because I know so many people going through life who take it for granted, who are living through misery that they don't need to.
I agree with you. A lot of people do kind of go through, and either they're not happy or they get so caught up in their own little world that they forget there's other people around, or there's other important things. And like Christy said earlier about getting annoyed at traffic, like there's a lot of little things that I used to get annoyed at that it'd be unfair if I let them bother me now. Like they're so minuscule in the grand scheme of things, and we all get so uptight for the most tiny little things that really will never ever matter in life. And I think a lot of people forget that, because we all do get caught up in our own little bubble, and it goes a lot of way to just say hi to somebody or smile at somebody who walks by, or if somebody drops a paper, you go try to reach over and help them pick it up. It's a lot of little things that we tend to have not enough time for, as people like to say. And I just want people to remember that you can make a big difference with somebody with the tiniest little gesture. And so when I did go up to Johns Hopkins, my doctor up there actually did tell me that the prognosis of my treatment and doing a bone marrow transplant would probably be the most successful way to me to possibly live a normal life. But with the rare form of leukemia that I do have, he said it's only about 50% chance that I get through it. So that hit really heavy. I laughed at him when he said that. I was like, oh, 50%, like, oh, okay. It wasn't like, haha, that's funny. It was just like, what the F just happened? Like, my life just went from 100 to 0 really quick. And that was kind of the moment where I was like, I'm gonna do everything I can to see as many people as I can, because I just don't know what's going to happen. And it's a lot of things in life are like that. You really just never know what's going to happen the next day. So like Christy said before, go out there and get what you want. Don't sit around and be complacent and feel that you're stuck, or you have to do this, or that your dreams aren't important. If you want it, go do it, because you might just never have the chance to do it again.
Yeah, I think that about sums this video up. And I want you all to go to his GoFundMe page. I'll put it below. I want you to go find him on Instagram, show him some love and support. I want every one of you to take Matt's story, to think about your own lives, and to wake up tomorrow and make decisions that you know will lead you to a fulfilled and happy life that you want to live, that will fill it with meaning, that will fill it with love. Spend time with people you care about. Say I love you to the people you love before it's too late. Your time with them is limited, and your opportunities in life to pursue what it is that fills you up inside is very, very, very short. And that's what I wanted you all to take away from this video, is just go after it and never take anything or anyone for granted. Yeah, this has been a heavy one, guys, and I want to thank Matt for sharing his story with you, and I hope we did it justice. And I will be cheering for him the entire way. His treatment begins in June, and I think that he's gonna do great. He's got such a positive outlook on life, and as I said before, I really believe that your mentality can and the positive energy can go such a long way. And so you all share your positive energy with Matt. And before we go, I wanted to get him a little something from bodybuilding.com. This is your, we're gonna have matching sweatshirts.
Thanks, Kirsty.
You're welcome.
And thanks for having me. I appreciate doing this video with you. And for everybody who watches your channel, you already know how amazing she is. So keep showing her the love and support that she deserves. And she really is truly as amazing as she is in her videos.
So sweet. Okay, and then I also got you my favorite, like protein. They're like, it tastes like cake. They're really good.
They are pretty tasty.
You've had them? Okay, good. And then I got you a bodybuilding.com gym bag, since now you're back in the gym. And then last thing was just a t-shirt. And then what also happened to come in this box was me.
Look what that is.
So I'll give them that too. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you have an amazing week. Don't forget to make the most out of it. And I hope you really take this video to heart and just treasure every minute you have. So that's it. Have a good week.
Thanks,
and
guys.
See you all in the next one. Life is very short, as is my battery life on this camera.
A video about short things.
And never take anything or anyone for granted. Lame. Alright, I'll just let you go for it. Okay.